Okay, so you're gonna need, sorry, my video kind of decided it didn't want to work anymore. So you're gonna need to put your pan on the stove, and sorry, just not really good at the video thing yet. I'm honestly trying. So you're gonna put your pan on the stove, and you're going to, of course, turn your oven on, and you're going to add about, I know it seems like a lot, but you're gonna add about 2 tablespoons of butter. I prefer salted butter. I just like it better. And you're going to need to add a little bit of oil as well. I'd say roughly about a teaspoon. And yes, I know my oven is smoking because who knows why. It does this all the time. So just a little bit of oil. You're going to melt your butter and all that other stuff. And you're going to need some garlic and some ginger, which I just bought this one. And some ginger. Okay, so you need garlic and ginger. And yes, I have the pre-packaged, pre-made, because it was cheaper than trying to just buy garlic. And yes, it's smoking, and I know, and I'm sorry for all the smoke. There's no fire, it's just the oven. But as soon as we can get this set up, I can tell you what we need to do. Okay, so we have my butter melting and my oil is getting hot. And I have my handy dandy stirrer so I can kind of melt this butter a little bit faster. And I know you can't really see because, I'm afraid to put my phone on top of the stove because I'm afraid it's going to fall behind the stove. So, okay, so we're going to get this started. And once it starts bubbling, we're going to add our onions and our shallots into the container, into the pot, and we're going to mix those for about 5 to 6 minutes, just until they just start to get translucent and the aromas from them just start to come out and smell really pretty. It's one of my youngest daughter's favorite foods, and she always asks for it, and I keep saying I'm going to make it, and then I'm like, I haven't had time, so I decided that, I'm off today, so I'm going to make the time to make it special for her. But, hold on. Oh, maybe this will help. This is the onions and shallots that we're mixing in the pan right now, making sure that they get nice and tender before we add anything else. Okay. And yes, some of my onion pieces are a little bit bigger, but that's okay. They're still going to taste yummy once it's done. All right. So like I said, my video kind of paused and then I accidentally stopped it instead of restarting it. So basically what I did in the beginning was I cut onion and I cut some shallots, and like I said at the other, I also have some chicken that I previously cut, chicken thighs. I usually do chicken breasts, but the chicken thighs were on sale, and right now with everything at the price it is, I was very happy to have something on sale, honestly. So we're just gonna mix the onion and the shallot up, like I said, for approximately 4 to 5 minutes. Just to get those juices out and everything else. And once that's done, we're going to add about maybe a tablespoon of minced garlic and a teaspoon and a half of minced ginger. Like I said, I got what was on sale and I got what I could afford, and this big thing of ginger is going to last me quite a bit because I don't make this that often. So, but my onions and my shallots are getting nice and soft, and they're smelling really good, honestly. I love the smell of them when they're cooking. I just have problems with them when I'm slicing them. It's like I can't have problems breathing and my eyes burn, which is probably for most people who are lucky enough, who and then there's those very few that are actually lucky enough to not have anything happen to them when they cut onions, and they're fine. Not me though. Onions are not my best friend. So here I go. I'm gonna add my garlic and I'm gonna add my ginger. Okay. All right. Sorry about that again. I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of minced garlic to the onions and the shallots. Maybe a tiny drop more just because I like garlic. Okay, so a little bit of garlic. And we're gonna mix that up into the we need to be really careful because garlic burns really fast. I made my mistake with that one time and we had very smoky burnt garlic curry chicken. Okay, so mix that up nice. I'm gonna turn my oven down so I can get my ginger. Okay. All right. So while I'm getting everything else ready, how are you guys doing? Y'all doing okay? Let's figure out how to open the ginger. Yay, okay. So, sometimes it's convenience, and this right now is not being convenient because it doesn't want to open. Okay, so, and now this is the fun part. We're going to see if they put a like thing on here too. So yep, of course they did. So they triple wrap it. So you have to open it, then open another piece, and open another part. There we go. Ginger. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to add about maybe a teaspoon of ginger. So that's roughly about, let's say about right there. Maybe a tiny bit more than half a teaspoon, but yeah, it'll be okay. So now we're gonna add that, and now we're gonna mix the ginger and the garlic with the onions. Okay, ginger and garlic with the onions is gonna hopefully bring out a really nice aroma. And that smells like ginger, garlic, and onions. Okay, so after we do that, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Alright, so we're adding, like I said, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. There's 1. And there's 2. Okay, I'm not going to add anything else right at the moment because I want the tomato paste, like I said, to get kind of fragrant and stuff. So I'm going to mix that in with the onions, kind of let it get a little bit of flavor to it, or add some flavor to the onions and the garlic and the shallots and the ginger. Like I said, I'm not good with these yet. I'm trying, so I do appreciate you guys watching. Okay, so we're gonna let that cook for probably about 2 more minutes, somewhere around there. Okay. Alright, then we are going to add 1 whole can of coconut milk. Alright, so I've added the coconut milk. You're going to notice that the color is going to change because of the tomato paste in there. It's going to turn a really pretty orange color. After this, I know some people you know, might disagree with me, but I like adding a little bit of chicken broth or chicken bouillon to it just to give it a little bit more flavor. So we're going to add the chicken bouillon, about a half a cup or a half of a can from the coconut milk, and add that to this. And then we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of curry powder. So now we're going to add about a half of a can of tomato broth, or not tomato broth, of chicken broth to here, chicken bouillon. Okay. And yes, it seems like a lot, but don't forget the chicken's going to go in here and it's going to cook down quite a bit. Okay. And then we're going to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of curry powder. I just got new curry powder because my other one was getting kind of old, so, and I decided, you know, we needed some new stuff. Alright, so we've gotten our tomato paste, our bouillon, our onions, our shallots, our garlic, our ginger, our coconut milk. Everything is coming along nicely. So we're going to add about maybe 4 or 5 teaspoons of curry powder. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so there's that. We're going to add that. We're going to mix it up really well into our dish. And like I said, this will cook down because we are adding chicken to it, and we're going to let the chicken cook for probably about 20-30 minutes, and then we're going to reduce the heat and cover for another 15 to 20 minutes. Oh, that smells really good. Just make sure we get all the curry in here. I don't want it just sticking on this wooden spatula spoon. But we're going to mix this all in. Make sure it's all mixed in. Okay. I love that smell. I'm sorry, curry and that smells so good. I'm sorry, there's not even any chicken in there yet. Okay, so in just a second, I'm going to add the chicken, and we're just going to let it cook in the broth. I am going to cook my chicken a little bit before I add it to the curry, just so that I can make sure that it's cooked through when the curry's done. It will be, because like I said, it's going to be cooking in the curry as well, but I want to make sure that it's that it's somewhat cooked before I drop it into the curry sauce. So, you know, like I said, this time I'm using chicken thighs because they were on sale. I usually use breast, so this is going to be something new for me. I'm also not really good at talking in the videos, you know, because I'm, like I said, I'm still getting used to this. And it's fun, but it's also scary, so. But I do appreciate the few of you that actually watch my videos. I said, I'm not fully cooking the chicken in here. I'm just kind of getting it somewhat done because it is going to cook in the curry seasoning sauce that I made. I just don't want to put raw chicken in there. I'd rather have it a little bit cooked to be safe. And while that's going on, I'm going to mix this up a little bit more. Make sure that we don't get like yucky on our curry seasoning. 2 hands, one for chicken, one for curry sauce. Yay! Here we go. Okay. Mix that up. Mixy, 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 mixy. God, that is such a pretty color. I'll show you after I add the chicken, but it's a really pretty color. Okay. I'm doing the chicken in 2 batches because it was a nice amount of chicken, but it's also going to go with rice, and it's for me and my 2 daughters, so it's not just for one person. Okay. So I am going to add this to the curry. I'm going to turn that up. I'm going to add the rest of my chicken to this. This is what I mean by look at the color. It's so pretty. My camera doesn't really give it justice. It's a really pretty, like, medium orange plate color because of the tomato paste. It's just really pretty. And you can smell the curry and everything coming out. It just smells delicious. Okay. My other chicken. So I put my other chicken into my other little pan so that I can get that semi-cooked. Before I add it to this pan, and then I'm going to wash some rice because I like my curry over rice. My youngest does not really enjoy rice at all, so I'm probably just going to make enough for me and my other daughter. God, it is really hot. It is honestly sandwich and grilling outside weather. But as of right now, I have nothing to grill outside. So I have charcoal, just nothing to grill outside. Okay. That was fun. I was just burnt my hand. So I'm going to take and mix my curry up again a little bit. Bubble, 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 bubble. Ooh, it's hot. It is so hot. Water time. Make sure to stay hydrated. It's so important, especially right now with the weather getting as hot as it is. Okay, I'm going to add this to my pot with my stuff, and I'm going to turn the other oven off, or the other stove off. And I'm gonna mix this and let it just kind of sit and cook in the broth for about 20 minutes. And then I'm gonna cover it for about 15. And then we'll do rice, and then I'll plate it. And then you can see what it looks like in the end. But I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Thanks. Bye. And there is my finished product. Curry chicken with cilantro on rice. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Thanks for watching. Bye.